Welcome back to the Late Night Lats podcast. It's your host, Christian, joined by
me.
Yeah, again.
You can hear me, Christian?
I can hear you. The audio is picking you up. I guess I'm a little loud. I'll turn myself down. Tad. That should be better. Yeah, this is our actually second attempt to do one over in two different places. We'll see how it goes. I'm also eating pizza bagels and drinking a Baja Blast Mountain Dew. And Baja Blast, overrated.
I don't know. I feel like it tastes different than Taco Bell.
And maybe. That's just overrated. It's not bad. What?
Isn't the thing about Facebook Marketplace that, like, you sort of only go there for, like, good deals?
Try to get some steals, yeah.
So, why is there a listing for a 5-bed, 3-bathroom house for $480,000 on my Facebook Marketplace feed?
Sounds like a steal to me.
I mean, it depends. If it comes furnished, then, like, low-key it might be, but...
Yeah.
There's a Corvette couch.
A Corvette couch?
Yeah, it literally is the back end of a Corvette, like the taillights.
That's actually pretty... That's a steal if I've ever heard of one.
Oh, no. Need to figure out the strategy here.
So, between now and the last time we recorded an episode, about a week ago, anything fun happen?
I'm trying to think. I went shopping today for groceries.
Gross.
Oh.
Actually, I got in trouble from the last episode.
Or?
Yeah, so remember how we said our girlfriends don't support us?
I don't remember saying that.
You were like, oh, our girlfriends don't watch. They don't support us in our careers or whatever.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it turns out she actually does watch sometimes, and specifically watched the last episode. And I got a text all of a sudden saying, this person dies? And I was like, oh no. And I tried to play it off like, nah, he doesn't die. I was talking about a different movie. And then she got really mad that I was lying to her. She's like, Christian, I'm not stupid. I watched the last episode. And I was like, oh no. She wasn't too happy with me.
Is that why she was like sad boy hours the last night?
No, that was a completely different reason. She got threatened at work.
By who?
By a random couple.
A couple?
Yeah, so she went into work she works at a Kohl's. And when she went in, there was like already a couple people who were like all pissed off at the other people or at the shift before her for reasons that are out of their control. They're just they're just piss poor people. And it was her. They came back, and like I guess it was like a whole scene with them like fighting. It was like the son was like taking the car, and it's like, if you don't care about my job or whatever. I don't know what was happening. There was not a good family. And later they came back, and her wife was there, and she goes, I come back so we can try to fix this, and I brought my husband in case, there's a problem. And like he just stood there and he looked very threatening. Like, I don't know. She was like scared. But I guess they got through it. And then I guess there's a bunch of rude people there. No. Customer service just sucks. Ugh. I wrote down a couple topics. I wrote a couple. I mean, like literally 3. Oh, hear me out. Plants vs Zombies, right? Is that really just is that the perfect game, like mobile game? Did it hit the mark immediately?
Maybe they have a. Crap, it was. I'm trying to think. Didn't they make a Plants vs Zombies like Black Ops 3 map?
I don't know. I just went back to play like the first Plants vs Zombies mobile game or whatnot, and I was like, damn, they just hit the mark immediately. It was like a perfect system of, you know, trying to like defend while the zombies are attacking you. It had a perfect pace going. It was like pretty spot on immediately, I'd say.
I guess I would have to agree.
And like, it doesn't take like, you know, a bunch of brains. Like only certain people can play it. I showed Danny Dubs, and like immediately she started stealing my phone to play it. And then she downloaded on her own phone to play it. And it's not like, I don't know. It's like some games have like selective audiences, but I feel like anybody can pick up Plants vs Zombies and be entertained.
I would agree. I think it's sort of like. I'm trying to think what game, because I feel like in like the 2010s, you would just play the best mobile game. Like, no ads. You could just buy the game and play it. I'm trying to think. There was
a Cut the Rope. That was a good one.
Cut the Rope was a banger of the game. There's a game called Deathworm.
Deathworm? I don't know if I ever heard of that one actually. There's a Paper Toss. That was like for some reason insanely popular.
Oh, not everyone can get a hole in one, Christian.
That was very close. Hey, I still won actually. Look at that.
Yeah. Very well.
There was a Beat the Boss or Beat Up whatever the one was called. I think they're trying to remake that.
Yeah. There was also Paper Toss. Was crazy.
That's what I was literally saying.
What was it? Mini clip games? Like all of those were bangers.
Like Hill Climb Racing, Subway Surfer. I think Subway Surfer's making a return because it's in like the bottom, like the TikToks and shit.
It is in the TikToks. I always kind of hated Subway Surfer a little bit. It was just like not my thing. But I think it's because I liked Temple Run. It was just a ripoff of Temple Run.
Nah, Temple Run, I don't know. I didn't care for that. I played it a little bit. I think Subway Surfer did it way better. I played that with my parents, or not my parents, but my mom a lot when we were on vacation one time. I think it was a banger. I don't know. I think Plants vs Zombies was just perfect. It wasn't too complex. Wasn't too simple. It hit the stride perfectly. I don't want to stick by that. And then they made FPS games. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I didn't.
And they were actually pretty decent. I mean, me, Devin, Wyatt, I think maybe Dawson, Ryan, we played them, and it actually had like certain like support roles and shit. Like it went ham. There was no reason they needed to go that hard. It was a Plants vs Zombies game. I think that's why they didn't do that well, is because they were associated with kids. It was actually really fun. You're a whore for that, by the way.
I'm sorry.
Nobody can even see this.
I kind of like the idea of having a conversation while just playing an awful golf game for a podcast, by the way.
Try it. Hold on.
I don't know if anyone's going to be able to watch us in our game.
Capture. I do undo. I do this. Ah! What happened? Hold on. Give me a half a second. Chance. I don't even know an order. Ah, that's not what I wanted. Guess this way.
Everything going all right, Christian?
Oh yeah, I'm trying to set this up.
What are you setting up?
So I'm trying to save it so they can see what we're doing. I don't know. I don't even know if it should be saving it. All right, whatever.
You got a minute.
I got a minute. Oh shit.
Yeah.
You were. Oh, you were a whore. Hate you.
Hey, that wasn't a bad. Maybe it was. I just used the what do you call it? The question mark things that you get.
Yeah, I haven't used a single one for you, Anya.
I've noticed that much.
Have you heard of Roko's Basilisk?
What?
Roko's Basilisk.
No.
This shit. Okay, so what I'm about to tell you is technically an info hazard. So anybody watching, if you don't do existential dread well, and you know you start fearing for stuff, you just probably should skip ahead. But it's kind of silly. I don't think it's necessary. Basically, this is called an info hazard because if I tell you this, you can it could technically, like, you know, you could be tortured for all eternity or whatnot, just because I told you.
How does that make sense?
All right. So this was posted in like a Reddit group a while ago. It was like about so this guy was a thought experiment. So like it is theoretically possible for supercomputers to be made that can simulate every single human to ever exist in their actions and thoughts, like exactly down to a T, or at least really very close. So what if there was an AI made and it was told a directive to like make human life perfect or whatever, but in order to do that, it decided that anybody who did not help it come into creation was not for or whatever and deserved to be punished or killed or whatever. So since I told you this and then you don't help this future being that could possibly exist come into existence, you will be tortured now for the rest of your life or murdered. And then the more people that you tell, the more likely it is to come to fruition, because more people don't want to be killed by a future AI hell-bent on killing anybody that didn't help it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kyle Hill, he did a really great video on it, and I recommend seeing that, watching him, anybody who hasn't heard of him before. It was just a very interesting thought experiment.
I definitely feel like I should have gone for red there, by the way.
I'm starting to feel that too, actually. I'm not doing that good this game.
Oh my god. What'd you just put on me?
No.
Oh no. That actually cost me a stroke? That's like tragic. Oh, I was 2 above par that time.
I'm gonna start using this shit. What was that? What was that?
This isn't a bad game for being a Discord golf game, by the
You
way.
can find a lot of like putt games are way better than
Okay,
this.
so I'm taking a philosophy class, which is
Right.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But it's for sports philosophy, and the guy really like goes in depth on a lot of things that are not just like sports related.
Right.
And so we were talking about, like, in the first week, he was trying to help us like want to be in class, and it was like he was teaching us the philosophy of like motivation.
Yeah.
And you know, he was just like how to stay motivated, what to do this and that. But he went into like the philosophy about like respect, which I didn't even know was a thing. But there's like a cognition chart, and like for a while we were talking about like what makes somebody respectable, why should you respect them.
Right.
And I described the situation I was in the past weekend, and it was super funny because I was like, what if like somebody expects your respect, right, but refuses to respect you? And then he was like thinking for a little bit, and he's like, well, I would have to say that person's a fascist. And I was like, that's an insult I have not heard. Somebody just
Fascist.
Give someone else. He's so funny. He's just like,
You shit yourself.
he's
yes.
just too smart for his own good, I think, because he's not like super socially inept, but he's super smart.
Kind of like Nathan.
I would say he's more fun. He's kind of a goober, you know? Like, his roommates and him decided to get a wiffle ball set on Amazon so they could play wiffle ball. And it's like, he just does, like, silly things.
I was thinking, I had one of them shower thoughts.
Yeah.
People shit, like atheists specifically, shit on religion a lot. I don't think they have a good reason to. Like, okay, theoretically, you take any religion, a lot of religions out there, let's say, but we'll go with Christianity because we both have the most knowledge in that one, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
If you took out God and all of the teachings, and you just left with kind of like the morals to it, like which basically sums down to don't be a jackass. And if everybody was to follow that, the world would be a way better place.
Well, also, too, I was actually thinking about it the other day. People are like, you know, I'm just not going to be concerned because I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be and the universe meant this for me and stuff like that. I'm like, do you realize that if you put down the weird crystals and the astrology signs and stop saying everything was the universe and replace those words with God, I mean, you would pretty much be a believer of almost any religion. But I think the thing that's unattractive is there's like rules that they kind of have to follow.
You don't want to put they don't want no effort they want to put in.
And it's like, there's moral guidelines, and morals aren't bad, but it's like, you know, when you're told like, oh, I can't live my life, you know, have sex with my coworker, and then like absolutely gaslight my boyfriend at the time, and then have a kid, and then make him raise it, and then divorce him, like, no, really, you can't. And to be honest, you're kind of a better person for not being able to do that.
Right. It's like, here, they make a book, and it says, here's how to live a fantastic life. And then it's like, oh, you're telling me what to do? No.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's just super weird. Like, people are just like, Christians are these awful people, and it's like, okay, you know what? Some Christians or whoever are bad for the same shitty reason that everyone's bad. It's just they're using a really bad excuse to be shitty.
Yeah.
And it's just very frustrating. Because it's like, I like to live the lifestyle of like, everything's going to be okay, it's going to work out the way that it should, there's a plan in store for me, this and that. And like, I have this trust. And honestly, I feel like life's a lot less depressing when there is at least the belief of a God, you know? Like, I believe it to be true. I guess technically it could not be true. But it's like, what do you want to do without that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, oh my gosh, my grandmama, you know, is dead. Literally just matter that no longer exists. It's like, really, dude? You want that?
It's
just not...
Yeah. Oh, I almost got you with that one. Another thing that like pisses me off is pretty much it's premarital sex technically if you think about it. But like people are like, oh, why can't I just go sleep with anybody that I want to sleep with? You know, I should be able to do whatever I want. And the people who say this are literal children who still are worrying about their math test. Like, these are the last people who should be having sex with each other and rooting the rest of their lives. And then you're like, oh, well, science this, science that. That's what they do to justify most of the reasons to do with religion. And science is literally saying, no, you should not have sex with multiple people. You will ruin any likelihood of you living a long life with your loved one.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's like we're wired to have one partner. You ruin, like, I feel like all these women be like, I'm not gonna. First off, I want to preface this. I'm not gonna be like those fucking jackasses that do like the whole women are fucking stupid podcast, because I think that's dumb.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of girls that have a lot of baby daddies and shit like that, and then they complain like there's no one romantic. Where's my fairy tale man? But it's just like, it's not even like necessarily that they're just like these ogres. I don't, but they just do stupid shit. And it's like, it's almost like there's no wonder that you don't have this. Because, like, it's not that they're not necessarily ugly or unattractive, but, like, the lifestyle that they have already lived is not really appealing to that type of demographic.
Right.
And unless you, like, make a notable change, it won't happen. I feel like you can't
I think it's almost selfish. It's almost selfish to actually live that kind of lifestyle, if you think about it, because here you are, you're doing this, and religion and science, whichever one you want to believe, is both telling you this is a bad idea. So you're going to go into some relationship saying that you're going to be together forever, and that person, then when you do inevitably divorce, because the likelihood of you doing so is insanely high, you're going to be by yourself and whatever, but now you just made that person who maybe lived a better life than you is now going to be divorced and was less likely to be with other people, and any kids that you might have had with them now have to live in a torn household because you decided to be a dipshit when you were a kid.
Yeah. That's facts. I'm gonna share a statistic with you, Christian.
Yeah, hit me with it.
And it's not targeting anybody. By the way, this is just a statistic, and as Ben Shapiro likes to say, facts don't care about your feelings. So, there's like 50% chance that you get divorced just right off the bat for being in America, right?
Right.
Unhindered. So, if you are going to ignore that, right, and still get married, which I don't think marriage is bad. I'm about to get married. If you live with your significant other before being married, your likelihood for divorce goes up to 87%.
Wait, which way? So if you live with them, you get more likely to get divorced, or you don't live with them?
If you live with them for even like 3 months, you are now at a 13% chance of having a successful marriage, statistically speaking.
Successful or unsuccessful?
A successful marriage. 87% chance that it fails and it's a divorce.
Interesting. That is interesting.
Isn't that brutal?
It is. Man. I wonder why, though. I wonder if there's something, like, underlying with it.
Because when you live with someone for the first time, there's a lot of shit that happens. It's, like, very, very frustrating. Right. And, I think what happens is you're, like, not really committed to that person, because technically you have no reason not to leave them, because you just have an out. So when you have that as like an option, and you're like, you're
Deuces.
a dick, I wish you would do the dishes or this and that, and then you immediately have an excuse to no longer be with them. I mean, like, you just take it. Even me being engaged to Melissa is like kind of like not really committed, because I mean, I could just take a loss of $1,000 and then be like, I'm gonna save the rest of my life type of thing, right? Not get married to her, which obviously $1,000 is too much money for me to take a loss on. But aside from that, I want to get married to her. But it's like, there's only like a 5% commitment, because it's mostly symbolic. But I mean, I don't know if you've ever gotten a divorce, Christian, but
I can't say I have, actually.
I've heard that it's a very difficult process.
It sounds about right.
Like a fun one, to be honest.
Nah, I would not want to do that, but, apparently there's people out there that want to, otherwise, they wouldn't just be sleeping around all the time.
No, they don't get married, they just have sex.
Well, they eventually get married, and then when, it ends, they're like, why are these people so rude?
Yeah. I was watching this podcast on the 12-hour car ride over to Iowa,
Yeah.
and it's a very awkward podcast. Like, the girl is basically like playing a character, so to speak, where she tries to make the guests feel awkward because of that amusement sake.
Wasn't that pretty much what the what's his fucking name who kind of does that? Andre, fucking what's his name?
Oh,
Eric Andre show. Yeah.
I think it's similar, but she's super awkward. Like, it's
like it doesn't do well, or like it does well because of it.
I don't know, cause he asked her if she knew who Tupac was, and she's like, yes. Like, she clearly didn't, but she was like, yes.
Yeah.
And she would just like, you know, like play ignorance and like lie, so that it's just super awkward because she does the whole like putting herself in those awful social situations where like you shouldn't answer things untruthfully and stuff like that.
Right.
But the dude is like, you believe in God? He's like, he was talking about how he goes to church and he has all these baby mamas. He was trying to make her uncomfortable, which was pretty funny. But he looks at her and he's like, what you gonna do when you get to heaven? And God's like, black or Mexican. And she's just like, I'm gonna walk up to him and I'm gonna, say hello. And he's like, what if he can't though? What if he speaks like Spanish? And then she just looks at him. Like, I'll speak Spanish to him. And it was like, what a question. What if God speaks Spanish?
What if God speaks Spanish? Alright. I've seen shit. Is there a lot of people out there that are like, who say that God's a woman, even though he's been referred to as the Father multiple times?
And also the fact that English language would dictate that God means like man.
I hate you so much, by the way.
Oh my goodness. This hole's really bad when you have ice skates on, by the way, Christian.
You did that. Yahweh. And this got religious real fast. This got political real fast.
Yeah, but I don't know. We're not really taking sides. We're just having a discussion. So.
Yeah.
Hey, Christian, it's Ice 4 again.
Oh, thank you. I actually really enjoyed that. I'm glad you did that. Oh, no. Oh, no. That was not good. That was just terrible. You had the wind? I think you had the wind, huh?
Hole in one, baby.
Don't worry, I'm just gonna do this for a while. I hate you. What'd I get? Bumper? Are you kidding me? That's not gonna go in.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I'm laughing. Actually. I
don't think, Christian, of what else. There was something else on the docket, I feel like, before we started this call.
There was something I wanted to talk about. I just totally forget what it was. I don't know.
Oh, masterfully done on my part.
Yeah? I'm going this way. I know it's going to be better for you.
I got a hole in 2.
Oh, you got a hole in 2? You need to shut the fuck up. How about that?
Hole in 3. That's pretty good, Christian.
Thank you.
Now watch this drive.
It's about drive. It's about power. We say home. Oh my goodness. I'm going to talk about Danielle. Hopefully she actually doesn't watch this one. Alright. Ready for this? She,
Yeah.
we were at Bell Center for fireworks, which is amazing. Probably the best fireworks I've seen. Easily. And, we were watching, it's a kind of a hick kind of place, so there was a war wrestling. And war stands for something or other. It's amateur wrestling that kind of is in Ohio. Like Ohio based.
Yeah.
And it was fucking hilarious. Like, it's amateur, so like it's really bad. Like everything looks so fake. But there was this one handler who's coming out with his wrestler. She was wearing a ski mask, and he's like, "Shut up!" He looked at everybody. You know what's wrong with this country? You're all white trash. And then he's like, you think Trump is gonna save you? Your president, you voted for those income checks. And well, he's like went off like, how many people here are going in for their food stamps? And like, it was bad. He was getting booed hard, which is all part of the show and stuff. And it was a good time. I hate you. Oh my god, you fucking suck. I hate you.
So I met one.
I'm not done yet.
Oh, sorry. I couldn't tell if you were stopping
No, I'm pissed off at you.
Yeah.
Alright, so like, it was whatever. It was kind of funny. It's like there's like a mask guy, and someone put like a rag over his head, and he like stood there dumbfounded for like 30 minutes because he couldn't see. It was like a horse. But Danielle was like kept asking questions about like you don't take this too seriously, whatnot. And she was just not getting the whole thing. She's like, they're not wearing enough clothes, yada yada yada. I'm like, there is famous actors that were starting in WWE, and you know they're amazing, whatnot. And I'm like, Dwayne the Rock Johnson. He's like, oh, is Rocky about how he got out of WWE? And I said, the what? You know, like Rocky, you know, Dwayne the Rock Johnson. He was in Rocky. No, Danielle. That was Sylvester Stallone. Those are two completely different people. And she found out she never watched Rocky.
Oh.
And then she
probably thought that Jumanji movie was
Jumanji was Rocky. Oh my goodness. Look at that.
Oh no. This is not my hole.
So I was trying to tell her, and I kept telling her about Drax. Like that's Dave Bautista. He did it. He made a Batista bomb, and she's like, "What the fuck's a Batista?" I'm like, "No, he's Batista. That's his name. Just what is Batista?" I'm like, his name is Dave Bautista. She doesn't get wrestling at all.
I don't blame her. Ryan's probably the most into wrestling out of anyone I've seen. Truthfully.
Yeah, like I was from Bell Center originally, so like I liked it until I was about 9. I did not give two shits about it. But it's all just some show. You have to like really turn your head off to enjoy. The fans are so awful. I kind of hit all of my topics. I don't know if you got anything else.
Oh, I was just gonna talk about one of her uncles. He was talking about how Joe Biden was going to pay off student debt, and I was very excited, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, no, that actually just got denied by the Supreme Court today. And I was like, you know, that's a bummer, right? Because I wanted him to pay off my debt. And he's just like, well, you're going to have to pay off every cent like I had to. And then his sister was like, hey, didn't you have the fucking GI Bill? And he was just like, I still pay for graduate school. And I was like, there's no way you're talking to me about having debt and like acting like you didn't because you worked for it, but you just fucking had a dad in the military and just had it all paid for. But he does that all the time. Oh my god. I can't even remember what he said to her sisters, but it's just like nobody likes the man, apparently.
I hate. That was dumb. Okay. Fucking ruined that. You ruined that for me.
I did. 5 of 6. Oh, we have another game. There's
Jesus Christ, I'm not even really paying attention to the putt-putt.
I'm like going crazy in putt-putt right now. Oh, it's kind of fun actually though to play something like this while having a conversation.
I mean, I prefer the old style where we did specifically us trying to have a conversation. But if this is the way it needs to be.
No, I mean I don't need this. I just.
Well, I mean, when else? Because Devin works. Like, Devin was going to go 2 weeks in a row, only working 12s. And he worked.
Get 2 days off.
I don't know. I don't even know if he gets that. It's just so awful. His hours are awful. I'm trying to think. Then Ryan works first shift, which doesn't help much. He won't stay up. What was you? You just stole my ball magnet? Hey, fuck.
This magnet power up sucks.
You are not feeling very loved as you push all your friends. What the hell did you do?
I gave you big balls, Christian.
Got them.
Can you make it in?
Apparently the fuck not.
That's pretty good. Some of these were unfair, actually. I'm trying to think. There was you said did you buy the BioShock pack?
I didn't.
All the games.
I did not know.
Well, there's that new game, Judas. I don't know when it comes out, but it's made by the same creator, and I really liked BioShock, but it kind of looks like they're recycling the game mechanics a little bit, because like you have the
yeah,
whatever you call it, but like your right hand is like your weapon stash, and then your left hand is like your vigors, your abilities and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you know, you have telekinesis, you can freeze bomb people, and it seems like very similar. They're just using a different medium to explain it, which is like okay, because the story was really good and the game mechanics were very fun, but it's just kind of frustrating that it seems like
did you fucking knock it off?
it's like the good games now are sort of repeating what the old games did in terms of like what made them good. And in this specific situation, I don't think it's the worst, because I mean the game developer is super good at what they do, and the mechanics are obviously very fun and enjoyable because people like them.
Yeah.
And I mean, if the story's convincing, it's fine. But like Dead Space, they remade Dead Space, and I didn't play the new one. I think I bought it actually. That or I was going to, but it's like that new Dead Space game. I don't think it turned out as well as people thought it would be.
I heard a lot about it for a minute. I don't know. It almost sounded like it was doing good. I hate you.
I'd love to like actually have the time to just like sit down and play it. I
haven't played the original ones though.
You didn't like them?
I never played them.
I played 1 and 2. I don't remember if I played 3 or not, but it pulled a Resident Evil but didn't get away with it. It like turned from like a classic horror game into like, you know, a
what?
Sorry.
Okay.
It turned from like a classic horror game into basically like a glorified first-person shooter. And like that's what Resident Evil did for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like Resident Evil 5 sort of did that. There were still some jump scares, but then like Resident Evil 6 was just like completely like a weird arcade game.
That's what I heard.
But then Resident Evil 7 was like...
I actually played Resident Evil 7.
And it was like a horror game again.
Oh yeah. I'm also easily scared, so like a horror game does not have to be that scary for me to be scared.
Yeah. But it's like, it's just so weird. Like game developers like they'll carve out this niche for themselves, and then they'll just like abandon it at the first chance to do something easier or to try and get quick cash. But I just don't get it. Like, isn't this like an art form, technically, a way to like express a story, and people are just like, not interested in that anymore.
I would, man, you know what? I'd say that it boils down to microtransactions for a lot of the reasons why we don't have good story games anymore. Because that's not where the money is. It's not even in good multiplayer games. It's cosmetics. Whatever you can make your shit look good, you pay for it. That's where people make all the money. That's why Fortnite's doing so good for a free game. They get all their shit
Yeah.
from microtransactions. Halo Infinite, everybody had high hopes for it, but now I'm pretty sure the only reason it's surviving is because of its microtransactions.
I
People say
agree.
that it's okay because, like, people say microtransactions are okay if it's just cosmetic, but even then I'm getting pissed off because I'm not getting a fully fleshed out game anymore. I'm just getting this bullshit where they don't care about what they're putting out, they just care about what you look like. It always gets more and more ridiculous as the years go by.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, I've spent money on Fortnite. I think twice ever. Like, I know that Caleb and Devin would just fucking blow loads of money on Fortnite for a game that, frankly, nobody ever plays. Like, none of us in the friend group ever play the game.
Mm-mm.
So, like, I bought the Battle Pass. I think it was right before COVID, and then like I played it a lot, and I managed to like, because if you complete all 100 levels, then you get enough V-Bucks to buy the next Battle Pass. So I did
Ooh.
that for like 3 seasons, right? And then very fitting name for the game.
Right.
Um, but then I lost track, and so I decided I was gonna do because they have a monthly subscription, which I don't know what the point is, but you get like 1,000 V-Bucks, and for the start of the season, you get the battle pass and some free stuff, and it was like $9.99, whereas enough V-Bucks for the battle pass is like $8. So I spent another 10 on it, and I got the battle pass and 1,000 V-Bucks. And so I saw the Chun-Li skin, and I was like, she is so thick. I'm definitely gonna play Fortnite so I can look at her animated ass the entire time I do it. And it's like, that's all I need, right? I just need a thick gamer girl, and that's all the cosmetics I really need. Maybe I'll buy some dance moves the next time that I decide to like get the battle pass and actually play it out, but it's just like so stupid. I feel like
I
it's never been super cool.
I can't do
Maybe
it
spending
anymore.
$3 on a gun skin, but even that gets like,
Cause like for like the Cold War, Devin, I will rat him out on this. Devin has bought every single Samantha skin that there is. And I think we added it up. He paid a lot of money because they aren't exactly cheap. Plus all the gun skins that he bought. And now after I don't even think we played it for like a year, if that. And he has it's just all wasted money. I didn't buy a single thing in that game because it's all just wasted money.
I barely even bought the game. I don't like my whole thing is I know I don't buy games all the time, but it's like it's happened way too much for me to spend 50, $60 on a game and then like we just don't play it. And like sure I could play it on my own, but it's like I don't really play games one player that often.
Mm-hmm. Are you in my
And it's
game, by
like
the way? Sorry.
it's sometimes, but usually I'm just too busy doing other things. Melissa will be over here. I'll be doing homework very rarely. I work now a lot of hours, or I'm at school, and then it's like, when I catch a break, I, you know, I can play games, but normally that's like what I do in the midst of like the school year where like I'm super busy and I don't have work that maybe,
Yeah.
you know, and then I'll play, but it's just not very common.
I'd like
Like
to play
even with
more, but I being on second shift is just ass. I have nobody
I would
else to
agree.
do.
I work my shifts all start at 3 p.m. and then I get out whenever we close the store for the day, and it's never the same.
Yeah.
Like what was it? 2 days ago I got out at like 7. I don't know why I got out at 7, but I did. We closed early. But then yesterday I left at 10 p.m.
Hmm.
when the store's supposed to close at like 8. And now on Sunday I have to go in at 5 p.m. And then they're like, yeah, well, because you're a manager, you're helping out another store. It's like, I get paid money, so like, yeah, sure, whatever. But they're like, you leave when you're done. She said the last time that she came in to do it, she left at like 2 in the morning.
Jeez.
it's like I don't want to do that. And I even tell my manager, I was like, dude, I've been applying to other jobs. And she's like, do it. She's like, yeah, I get it, man. This job sucks, and they don't pay you money, and also they already screwed you over like 3 times. I do not blame you for leaving. And she was basically like, I'll even be a reference if you need it.
There you go.
Because she's just like, I respect it. I understand that you're traveling 30 minutes. I think it's 20, but she said 30 minutes because she lives in East Ohio, East Columbus too, to go to a dying mall to talk to 5 people and get paid $13 an hour, and you're not getting paid extra to come out all this way, but like that's what you have to do because that's the only job they gave you after stringing you along for 3 weeks. And
Right.
she's like, if you get another job at Easton or from a place that pays you like a normal wage, no one's gonna blame you for taking it. Like I applied at Nike, which it was kind of sick because for like 3 of my applications, they're like, "You're already past the interview process. Congrats." And for like 3 other ones, they're like, "We want you to record a new interview." Um, but it's like worst case scenario if I get hired on any of them. Some of them are for the Tanger outlets, which is like 15 miles away, but it's like a 25-minute drive.
Right.
I'm traveling a shorter distance than I would be to go to the mall that I'm going to now, but I'm getting paid 15.50 an hour, and they give me a $300 budget to buy Nike clothes so I can wear them to work. They give me $1,200 a year to spend on clothing so I can wear it to work, but it's not just like $1,200. I get $1,200 on a specific website where everything is 50% off from Nike. And it's
Nice.
like that perk in itself is super nice. I can buy Melissa clothes once I have too many for myself. I get free clothing, unlimited clothes, or shoes, or whatever else. That is a really, really good perk. And to be getting paid an extra $2.50 an hour, it's just like no question.
Yeah. That's not. Yeah. You're right. You're right.
I mean, like gifts? Are you kidding me? I can always be the guy to like dump out like $100 worth of like clothing from Nike as a birthday present or like a Christmas gift or something, and I won't even have to pay for it sometimes. I do not see myself spending $1,200 on clothes.
Yeah. Why not? I
That's what
can't
I'm
remember
saying.
the last time I bought clothes, to be honest.
Me either, but it's kind of bad. I don't have a lot of tops because my weight's been fluctuating so much. Everybody at the wedding was like, "Oh my gosh, you slimmed down so much," and I guess I did because I fit into my clothes better. But it's like 2 years ago I was a large, and then 2 years ago before that I was a double XL, and now I'm like loose in an XL but tight in a large, so I'm right in the gap. But I was like, it's not worth paying what even with my discount a shirt's like 15-20 bucks for a t-shirt. It's like it's not worth me spending like 60 bucks on a handful of t-shirts if I'm just gonna outgrow them in a little bit.
Yeah, it makes sense. So,
Also, this activity
while
is not
we're
working.
recording this, I uploaded the first episode to my channel. I just
Uh,
had Eric Iterly in comment first, and then said, "I don't." He said, "And I don't even know these guys, but now I'm watching this whole video. I hope it's funny or interesting."
wait, who's Eric
I don't know. He's just some random guy that commented.
on the Late Night Lads podcast?
The first episode I just uploaded to my YouTube.
Oh, you uploaded our
Season
date
2.
combo to your
Yeah, season 2, episode 1 thing. I added that right where we were doing stuff.
to the Mr. C channel.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Oh, also, I'm about to get my aunt's gifting me some like information so I can log in and use like her Canva account and whatever else because fingers crossed Gunner wants me to do advertising for his business because I know how to run a social media page and I can write ads and post them. It's not very difficult work. if you know what you're doing, which I already know what I'm doing for the most part. And so he's just like, I don't have the time to do it because I'm working. And if you can get me leads, then it's worth it. And so he's like, I'll pay you $500 a week for the first couple weeks that you do it, and then when leads start coming in, I'll pay you commission.
That's not bad.
It's really good because that's a lot of money for me.
My
But
grandpa.
he's
Oh, sorry.
making
Go. Never mind. Never mind. Go on.
he's making like 10K a month is what he was saying off like the jobs that he does. But it's like right on the brink where he doesn't have enough time to grow his business because he's too busy working, but he can't afford to hire somebody because he's not making enough money for two people.
Yeah.
What you were saying?
So my grandpa. Um.
Charlie?
Yeah. He does a lot of woodworking stuff on the side.
Yeah.
And he's making like a $5,000 desk right now. Most of it's like live wood and shit. It looks really nice. I looked at it, but he was asking like why he haven't moved in somewhere, and I was kind of cracking jokes. I'm like, Daniel doesn't make enough money, you know what I mean? And then he was like, "You want a job?" And he said, "I will pay you 20% of every desk that I sell if you just come over and work about 2 days a week." She has literally zero knowledge with woodworking. And
Yeah.
he's just like, you know what? You have a job. And but that's how he is. He's a very personable guy that he always wants to help and stuff. Like I was showing him 10 integrity tables, which are super fascinating. They look really cool. I think I'm about to make one here soon.
Wait, send something in the chat so I can look at it.
Yeah. Let me see here.
This poker night activity, we're not in the same game, I don't think, by the way.
I was trying to invite you. It was really weird. Hold on.
Try leaving it and coming back.
Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to send you a 10 integrity table.
Oh, no, you're fine. Do you think Charlie would be willing to make me a custom desk for not $5,000?
No. It's so much. He won't make me one.
Really?
Yeah, because it's $5,000. It's so much time and effort and like just shit in general. Try that. Look at that.
What if I want something that the one that like represents our lives as millennials, where like the table wants to collapse, but because of constant pressures, it can't.
Yeah, pretty much. He wants me and him to start a whole line of those.
They're really not easy to make.
I'm looking at it. I think I can do it.
It's just you have to be super exact with the tensions of the cable, and then you have to build it the
You
right
can get
way.
steel cables that tighten and loosen very specifically.
I guess you just have to build it in the right order. That's like the only thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I was thinking is, so if I don't get like a custom desk, I was just gonna do the IKEA approach where you just get a countertop, you just saw some of it off, and then you just get the little desk, like the desk stack, and then you put the countertop on top of it, and then you just have a desk. And then I was gonna like drill on the bottom of it a cable management rack, and then some probably a power strip and stuff like that, just for surge protection, stuff like that, and it would look super clean. But realistically, what I want is like, you've seen like those big flat slabs of wood that are like not just like processed, but it looks like a raw, like super shiny finished piece. It looks like from a live tree almost.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I want one of those, but they're so expensive to buy.
Hmm. Yeah. It's I don't know if it's worth it.
Yeah, like here. I'm putting an image in the chat. This is sort of what I was thinking. I don't know if I like this one in specific. It's sort of like you pick out the piece of wood I feel like that you really like. But
here for people who are watching, these are what 10 integrity tables are. It's pretty much there's nothing really connecting the top table and the bottom table except for some wires or chains, something that's flexible. It's not really meant to support. And what happening is the bottom piece has something coming up and over, or let me go over here. It's coming up and over that kind of holds the top part, and it's not allowed to move to the sides because the other 4 cables are holding it down. If that makes sense. Sorry, Gabe. Go on.
Oh no, you're fine. I sent you a thing.
Let me go.
Is $700 for a 60 by 80 standing and lowering wood top desk with a dual monitor arm and cable management a good price?
I don't know.
I want to say yes, but that's really sad. Oh, look, you can just buy.
How am I supposed to
Oh
go
my
back into
gosh.
here?
Are they
Okay.
always that
Hold on. Join
expensive?
table. Hey, I just joined you, by the way.
Oh, you
Not that
did?
it matters. We're at about an hour now. I don't know how much longer you want to go.
Oh, I don't really care. We're
I
having a
can go.
conversation.
I can go longer. To be honest.
Yeah.
Hey, you're about to. You need to do something. It looks like. You know what? All in. I just raised you 10. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna raise you another 10. Ooh, I don't know. This is getting very hype on this for no good reason. I feel like I didn't fold. I checked. So you can. There's sometimes people hide their cards for some reason. I probably just for counting cards. I don't know. I don't know enough about poker. Uh, One is if like you start it, it's like yeah, whatever. You're kind of whatever. Then the other is if you're doing it after somebody. So like since you raised to 10, I'm calling it like I'm putting that 10 in exact with you. I think check is nothing. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Did you just fold? All right. Just bet. I had a pair of eights. Here, I'll show you my cards. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah. Check. Oh, you just raised it $823. You know what? You can keep that. Yeah, you made whatever the ante was, I think. Here, oh, there's my cards. You didn't even want to show your cards. See what it is. See how it is. Straight up. Chess. Precisely. Oh my bad. We got another topic. This is why I don't want to do stuff as I'm doing it. I don't know. I feel like I had stuff that I wanted to talk about. I just can't remember for the life of me what it was. Yeah. I'm trying to think what dude, I could talk about what I did for 4th of July. I told you I went to Bell Center and oh my god, was that awful. Uh so like I saw the itinerary. I wanted to go to Bell Center just cuz I know I had great fireworks. And I looked at the itinerary, I sent it to Danielle, and I didn't really realize that the very top thing on there was pancakes from 7 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. And she said, "Hey, can we do that?" and me just saying, like, yeah, whatever, let's go do that, and then not realizing that if we get there at 9 for to get the catch the end of the pancakes, I fireworks wasn't until 10 p.m. That was gonna be so long. It was over 12 hours, and it just hurt me so much. The whole day, it was a very hot day. I got fucking burnt everywhere. I'm trying to think of everything that happened. We got there was like the parade. The parade was it was a pretty good parade, as in like I got wet, so it was kind of nice. And then where we kind of walked around for a bit, let the kids do whatever they want. I went back to my grandparents because they were lived really close. I don't know, hung out there. It was a long day. We brought Frank. Everybody loved him. He was everybody loved Frank. I don't know. I'm rambling. I can't think of what I wanted to talk about. It was way too long of a day. That's all I gotta say. That's not. Did I fold? Oh shit. All right. You know what? I'm leaving activity. Yeah. I think that was stopping me from. I don't know. Oh. I woke up at 7 a.m. I didn't get home till 12 p.m., which I know people work like, but being out in the sun for like 12 hours is fucking brutal. Especially because like we took Lucas and Michael, and Michael was off his meds, so he was not that bad as he can get, but he was still a fucking heathen at times. He's just a dickhead when he's off his meds. Great times. Danielle was tired at like 7 o'clock, and I'm like, It made us get up for fucking pancakes. You're staying. Mm-hmm. Man, can't believe I told her Cutner dies, and I got fucking yelled at. It's stupid. She wasn't even mad that she found out Cutner died. She mad that I tried to hide it. She's like, "You lied to me," and I was like, "I'm not gonna ruin one of the biggest plot twists in House. It's kind of rude to do that." I heard from you, and then whatever Caleb did. I don't know anything about it though. Oh shit. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. That makes sense. Um, it's kind of like that one Secret Service agent who was dancing at a nightclub, and he was like did a handstand and his gun fell out. I don't know if it discharged or not. I just know a gun just popped out. Oh shit. Danielle came here after Culture Cause. I'm gonna go let her in real quick. Entertain the people. Everybody. Podcast. All right, I'm back. Were you silent that whole time, Gabe? I don't want to. I don't. I didn't want to edit this. Yeah, it was. You could have just said something. I want to talk. You know what I want to talk about, Gabe? This late night lives cover photo that I spent literal hours on, which is just whatever the post-it note was, just better quality. That I came into fruition. It looks literally perfect. What's wrong with it? I don't know. You're the one who doesn't like it. Too much. It's supposed to imbue chaos. Like it's obvious. Like I made like the normal like what you want to see big. I just put chaos in the background where it's not as noticeable. So it's like you look at it, it's like oh the late night lads. And then you kind of look closer and it's like oh shit's happening. This is pretty much what this was on the sticky note, except you can actually tell what's happening. Yeah, yeah, is true. Don't you fucking race? There's nobody to ratio. Melissa's not there. Nope. Refuse. And Danielle agrees with me, so tied. Back to tied. Here. Minority can go suck my cock. I mean, don't do that, actually. That'd be very gross of you. Stop. It's not funny. Stop it. Hold on. USB drive. What do you think it was? SanDisk L&L picks, you think? Oh my goodness. That was not what I wanted. Where's all the pictures at? Steve, I don't want Steve. It was it. I'm trying to see if I can find the original sticky note. I was going to put it up here so people can vote. Anyways, you can see this really nice creation that I made, which involves, it's like this, and then like we kind of hung up a sheet in the background. We have a mic dangling from a piece of 2x4. Got a trash can on fire. Godzilla's fighting a helicopter. Not Godzilla, it's copyright. There's just a chill night tonight because we're the late night lads. Or imagine that if I was on a sticky note and it was made in about 10 seconds and it was by someone who doesn't know how to draw. That is me. I don't know how to draw. Way too corporate. What do you mean? We go to Outlook. I don't know. You're saying stuff. I don't. You just said something and stopped talking. You're supposed to be making a podcast. Like Windows or the Microsoft. Yeah, Windows, whatever it is. I think that's pretty corporatized. I don't know. Are you seeing purple and red? I don't know what it is. All right. I don't know. How are you gonna do it? When did I make that? Shit. Was it before or after Frank? Okay. Okay. Mhm. Filter. Has files. Oh, where'd you put it at? General. I don't know. It has no character to it.
I know. That's the point.
Are you saying that mine's like that?
No, I said we could just go off the rails and make an overly corporate logo. But I don't know. I think there's just something homey about the I don't know, just like the hand drawn element. Can you send in the group chat
The
that
sticky
logo?
note. What about
Yeah,
this? I'm trying to find it right now. I just found it actually. I'll download it. Oh, that's
because
awful. I can't see anything. Oh, I guess that's when I did it backwards. That's right. Stop that.
I might be able to like I'm trying to think how to do it.
What? What? I can't find it. I found the wrong one. Where it's the sticky notes upside down. I don't know what I. Oh, I put it in Messenger, didn't I?
I don't know. If
I
you
did.
had to
Go to Messenger or pull it up.
Messenger, oh, like our private direct messages?
Yeah.
Are you talking about Facebook Messenger?
Oh no, Facebook Messenger. Because I put it in the group chat.
I suppose you did. Hold on, let me open it up.
You can also just do where it's just stuff files uploaded.
Did you ever download or start to use Opera GX at all?
No. You know what? I didn't put it in that. Did I just do it to you?
You might have just texted it to me.
Uh,
You can't find it in Facebook Messenger?
no.
That's tragic.
It is tragic.
I'm trying to like because I need to add like the drawing, but I'm trying to make it into like a logo in quotes. Like obviously it won't replace our profile picture, but
Right.
I don't know. Because some of these could be used as like t-shirt designs and be bad.
Okay.
Um, if you had to put like, so I have late night lads and it's late nights and blank. I don't have a second thing.
I don't know.
No, you gotta help me out.
I couldn't tell you.
Couldn't tell you.
Couldn't tell you. Late nights and chill times. I don't know, but I think we need to wrap this up. It's been an hour 15.
Has been hour 15. I'd say maybe skim through and take out the last little bit and then touch
No,
up whatever else is left.
it's staying in.
Leaving everything.
Yeah, I'm tired of editing.
You're tired of editing?
Yeah.
Where's that sticky note picture, Christian?
I don't know. I really. Oh wait. Uh-oh. That's kind of funny.
Huh.
I wait. Oh, okay. I accidentally closed out of Discord. Did I not send it to you privately?
I don't think so.
I have to have it in my phone, don't I? Theoretically.
Maybe. I don't know why I can't change the background color. Yeah, I got kind of distracted when I started um doing the logo. Canva has a lot to offer. Um,
If I send it to you privately, I ain't seeing it. How do? When did I? When would I? How did I get this to? How did I get this on there? I'm pretty. I don't know.
no idea.
I don't know. I have to have it somewhere. That's the only way.
Is it on Drive or something?
No.
You should probably stop recording so that there's less stuff for you to go through.
I'm not going through any of it. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Sorry this wasn't as funny as some of the other episodes. Gabe just whined the whole time.
I don't know if it was just me whining the whole time.
No.